maybe let's shift gears one more time and talk about talent, because one of the
Sure.
things I think is really exciting about the program that you've put in place and the investment and the leadership alignment is lots of, you always hear about, one of my standard questions is like, oh, is there a talent crisis and what are you doing about it? Well, I think you kind of answered that question, already to some extent by virtue of this amazing program that you've put in place. So maybe we can go up, level deeper into that. Like, is that helping, kind of net talent in export? Is it helping diversity, both like all kinds of gender, demographic diversity? Like what is that maybe like a secret weapon that other companies should be thinking about? Like, don't just talk about it, but actually make some investment in education. And that's going to help us solve that talent pipeline crisis that everyone is always quite worried about.
Yep. No, I think you hit on 2 points. I think one, yes, I think it's a differentiator. But I also think, if you think about, aha moments that I've had in my career, I also tie it to there's a blend, right? So we can upskill and build energy and excitement around the talent within our walls. But there's also tremendous value to looking outside of our walls as well. But you have to find that right balance, both on individual teams and at leadership levels, of that infusion of nationwide DNA and our values and our culture and people who've gone through this program, and also external perspective that comes in and will continue to challenge our people. You never want to be comfortable, whether it comes to a strategic element or a cultural element. So there's also the balance of, yes, we want to upskill our people, but if you really want to move the needle in terms of both outside in view, but also you hit on the point of diversity, we have to start to look at how do we build, no one's where they want to be yet. How do we start to build the blend of that nationwide DNA that has benefited from this program, while also bringing in incredibly diverse talent from an external perspective, but also doing that in a balanced way so that everybody's set up for success. And so that's really where that magic of, yes, I believe in that program that we've talked about. I also believe in infusing some of that external DNA, myself included, but external DNA to help balance some of that view of where can we continue to push the needle, both from a gender and diversity standpoint, but also from a strategic standpoint.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. And maybe, just to tie up with where we started, I mean, you at one point made what was probably a scary career decision to go out of your home industry into a totally different industry. And then you came back. And so, like, I guess I would, again, synthesize, you sort of walked the talk around the whole thing that you just said, which is about diversity of perspective in industries and not getting, in too well-worn a neural groove, how we think about things. And it appears you took a big risk to cultivate that own discomfort in yourself and then bring back to your home industry with a different frame of reference.
Yep.
Yeah, which is awesome.
I'll never forget my first franchisee meeting at Wendy's. I did a huge presentation on digital and data, was very energized by it. I felt a lot of head nods, a lot of good energy. And the CEO pulled me aside afterwards and said, "That was great. I don't think I understand a word you just said." And so it was this moment of, you have got to now pivot from what you're comfortable doing and talking about to new industry, completely different audience. And as he put it, use real people language. And it was that moment of, yeah, that was great. Right over, nobody understood a word you just said. So good, they liked you, but we got some work to do. So it was definitely, when you talk about out of your comfort zone, that just made me think of that moment, because I remember saying, "Oh, geez, I've got some work to do."
It's a great story, and my CEO has this phrase of kitchen table English, which I think it's very, especially for people get attracted to data in part because they like the mechanics and the complexity, right? So I think as leaders, you want to be able to do both. You want to get down and, fix the POS system, but then you want to be able to explain what you did in terms that, regular folks can understand. Well, Laura, this was a great discussion. Thank you so much. I really appreciate getting to meet you and your time today, and great insights. And I just think I think the work that you've done and the program is, very inspirational and as I said, quite unique in lots of data leader conversations that I've had. So again, thanks for your time. Appreciate it, and hope you have a terrific rest of your day.
No, thank you. I appreciate the time as well. Take care.